Hello. Welcome to episode 71 of No Holds Barred Pod. That's Sal Dodgson.
And that's Don McGowan. Welcome one and all. Hope you're having a great week.
Yeah, it's lovely and sunny.
How are you doing? Because you haven't been very well, have you?
No. I have still got ongoing back issues, but I dragged myself around Legoland on Saturday, which was not ideal, if I'm honest.
You've not been prescribed yet?
No. Yeah, so Sal was joking with me before I went to Legoland, saying that I'm going to visit the IRGC Lego meme core whilst I go to visit Legoland for my son's birthday on Saturday. But I didn't get the tap on the shoulder from them. Unfortunately, they weren't there. So.
Oh, well.
But yeah, it was nice. It was nice and sunny, and I managed to sit on a bench for quite a lot of it because I couldn't walk all day. But the boy and his cousin had a great time, so that's the main thing.
Oh,
so.
that's okay.
Yeah, they had a brilliant time. So, yeah.
Nice.
What about you? What?
Oh, me. Well, my soul is upbeat. My spirit is good. My body is burnt out. I'm exhausted. But seeing as how that's my status quo, I've just got to get on with it. Yeah, it's been interesting times since we last recorded, isn't it, love?
It has.
We're going to have to do a debrief after the local elections, I think. But I do find it interesting that Hannah Spencer comes out and points out something that's highly inappropriate and then is getting bollocked for it. Seems to be a lot of that about at the moment. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Sure. Yeah. Attacks on women candidates from men is de rigueur, it seems to be in politics right now.
It does seem to be the case, but not for long. It's fine. So
hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully not. But yeah, we're not. Podcasts aren't bound by Purda, but Gran. I don't know what I'm talking about.
She got to do that.
I don't have a gran. My gran
berry in it. Bugger.
It was like Green Party and Sal, I was trying to say, and it came out as Gran. But even that was wrong, though. It was like basically like trying to say that Sal is a Green Party candidate for the forthcoming elections, so we don't want to upset anybody further.
No.
Because we may have upset the apple cart with a couple of things we've said.
Well,
if you listened last... Go on.
Look, it turns out I'm an inadvertent landmine detector. So if anybody wants any landmines detecting, get me in the room. Because apparently I'm accidentally very good at it.
You are very good at it. But yeah, so if you listened last week, you may have noticed there was an edited section. If you caught it early, you would have heard the full section, but we were asked to remove a portion of our podcast last week from a political party, which we shall not mention their name. And we did that because, we don't want to upset anyone.
We're decent people. So, we don't.
Yeah, exactly. So we edited
what we do want to do is pull terrible people out of politics.
Yes.
Which I didn't think should be controversial.
No, not
there
really.
We go.
Not really. But
so,
unfortunately,
moving on.
Might have to wait until after the 7th of May for that one, yeah. So
8th?
Yeah.
8th's the day after. Oh, here's one for you. Just popped into my brain. Apparently, our count is happening in the day.
How's that possible? As it goes on?
Well, no. I'd have thought like the next day. I don't know.
Oh, on the Friday. Oh, right.
Is that normal?
They normally count in the evening, don't they? And sort of
because I bumped into somebody who does it. Because you apparently get paid for it. I suppose you should.
Yeah.
Who else would do it? And she said, "Oh no, we normally get the night rate, but it's a day count this time."
No. I mean, I suppose
maybe it's all about the pennies.
Yeah, maybe cost cutting. Lots of election results don't come into the following evening or following afternoon, do they? So maybe that's the same kind of deal with those as well. So yeah. Pardon me. So
where should we start?
Yeah, we've been away for a bit because of various health issues and me face planting yesterday, so I wasn't able to record. I had a little bit of a accident.
You had
And
a fall, didn't you, love? You had a fall.
yeah, I know. I'm getting
That's what we
old.
call it at this time of life.
I did have a fall. I've had 2 now. So I'm still waiting on the hospital and my operation. So at some point that will happen. So yeah, loads has gone on in the last week or so. None more so than America, I think. Maybe we start there.
Okay.
Why not? So
I'm over it.
yeah.
I'm over it all. Nothing really matters anymore.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, I think Trump's a bit over it as well, which is what I wrote down on my notes. That
When he's
the war
awake.
in Iran. Yeah, true. The war in Iran has gone quiet. Like Iran have basically won the war. Trump's keeps going on about ceasefire, but there isn't a ceasefire. But Trump is just not doing anything. He's bottled it and backed out. So, whilst he sent Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff over on Saturday, I think it was, to Pakistan to do some negotiations, and then pulled them out at the last minute because Iran. He said that Iran weren't being genuine or something, but actually he's just got nothing to. The Americans have got nothing to offer. Iran have got the upper hand in almost every single department on this war.
They just handed them over a load of peace proposals.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, the whole world's mocking Trump because, everyone else can see that he's completely royally fucked this war. So, he pulled out on Saturday, Witkoff and Kushner. So, there's not much going on apart from oil is still going up because Iran is still holding the Strait of Hormuz to hostage until Trump decides at some point that he's going to sort it out. Oil today's gone up again. So, Brent crude's up at about 110 today, 112.
Jeez, that's creeping up.
It's just mad. Yeah, it really is. It's going up and up again, just bit by bit. It kind of settled down a bit last week and the week before when there was this sort of pause in the war, if you were. But it's because people have realised that Iran have got this now, and they're just like going, well, no, fuck you. You're not getting your boats through until Trump comes to us cap in hand, which I think is going to have to happen at some point, but I don't know how long it'll take. So, yeah, I just saw breaking news earlier that Keir Starmer had weighed in on the holidays thing, saying that people may have to change their holiday plans this summer because of jet fuel shortages. So I think at least he's admitting it finally, that what we've all known for a few weeks, that there are going to be fuel shortages coming. So, yeah.
So it's going to affect everyone except the multimillionaires and billionaires who are doing all of this to us, yeah. Just saying.
Obviously. Well, I'm sure they can afford the higher rate jet fuel prices for their private aeroplanes, I'm sure. So,
you see, in situations like this, oh, that went weird.
Huh?
I don't understand why there is like an impenetrable wall around corporate profiteering, because it's actually, as long as your business model's set up, you don't need to profiteer.
No.
As long as you're selling it and you're making enough to sustain your business. Fuck off. We're in crisis mode here. Our finances have never been this bad since the end of Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Just stop. Put a year's moratorium on profiteering. And make them pass that on to the consumer. Boost the economy that way, dickheads.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been through this before, like during when Ukraine kicked off a few years back, and the prices skyrocketed, and everyone was like, I think it was Boris Johnson, wasn't it, when it kicked off, and they were like, well, windfall taxes on the energy people that are the oil companies specifically that are making out like bandits. Did they? No. Labour was shouting from the sidelines going, we need windfall taxes. But now Labour and government, and the same thing's happening, and they're not doing what they said 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was. They're not windfall taxing the...
Of course they're not, because they're in the pay of them now.
Yeah, it's basically the baton handed over from...
But this would end with the Green Party, for what it's worth.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
Which is why...
Zach Polanski has said that.
We're getting so much heat right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, that's not the right word. Spotlight is on the Green Party for sure, isn't it? They have got big plans to. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something out. big plans to sort of tax these people, haven't they, properly? But yeah, it just
Do you know
a
what
lot
I
of
was thinking?
hypocrisy.
I was thinking
Go
the
on.
other day, and we're going off on a bit of a tangent, but as much as I might find personally, I agree with the Green manifestos. I just think they're going to be very difficult to sell to people who don't understand the wheres and the wherefores of economics and what have you, and who've been struggling and just exhausted for years and years of poverty and difficulty. But having thought about it a bit more, I think like the British public are naturally suffering Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
They're so used to government after uniparty destroy. Like never since we've been born has our government ever had enough money. We've always been broke. There's never been a money tree unless you're a certain type of person during COVID.
Yeah, of course.
When it suddenly appeared, Blair seemed to manage it for a bit and then became one of them. And it'll never change. Well, the internet doesn't go back generations, does it? All of this is people, the world, humanity getting used to this new beast that we've got that seems to give us unending new skill, whilst causing an awful lot of problems at the same time because we didn't again regulate it before we released it. Because money's there to be made and consequences don't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're in the era of the billionaire class, so everything like that has escalated and been exacerbated
so
a thousand times over.
People can't visualise anything better because it's all they've had their whole lives. So I don't know what it's going to take, but yeah. If you want
I don't know.
I mean, we've got fascism knocking on the door, and Labour are trying to help it. And I know this because I've been at lots of demos now and I've seen how the police treat people, and it is a madness. They treat the violent people with respect and the respectful people with violence.
Do you think that's purely like Labour trying to outreform Farage, or do you think they genuinely have these leanings towards this sort of authoritarian kind of thing? I think.
Well, judging on Steve Reed's performance the last couple of weeks, I think we're occupied, Don.
Well, yeah, there is that. But then
they want trouble on the streets. They've all been saying it for a very long time.
People like Shabana Mahmood, though, who's obviously staunch Muslim.
Her, like Darren Jones, who did a full 180.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean.
She used to be at the Free Palestine protests.
I know,
and now she's trying to make them these people, man.
That's why I wonder where the sort of root of it is, because obviously she's not pro-Israel. She was a Free Palestine marcher. She's Muslim, staunchly Muslim, but she's so hardline. Like now, it just doesn't. None of it adds up to me. I don't understand. I just wonder if that's what I'm saying. I wonder if that's why they're trying to out Farage.
Everybody's got a price, haven't they? Look at Labour together. Labour are up to their eyes in cryonism and aiding and abetting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I could tell you something different. You know, I mean, the Green Party have just suspended 3 people for anti-Zionism. Well, anti-Semitism, they're calling it.
Have they?
But it's not. It's anti-Zionism. Mark Adley and 2 other guys.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Forgot you told me about that.
It's still a scam, lads. Wake up. It's Darvo.
Yeah, strange.
Deny, accuse, reverse victim and offender every time. And it's as tedious as shouting anti-Semite at people when you're the very people who are actively genociding genuine Semites.
Yeah, very strange.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
How did we get here? Sorry.
Because everything's connected, Don. That's how we got
everything
here.
is connected. There's more of this to come. We'll come back to this in a minute, actually, because I told you earlier a bit of news about that, which we'll come back to in our little far-right roundup later. I'm going to drag it back to Trump then, because
yes,
on Saturday night, Trump attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner at for the very first time as president.
No
The last time
comedians.
yeah, exactly. The last time he was there was in 2011, I believe, when Obama and Seth Meyers absolutely ripped him to pieces. There's I read a load of stuff about what happened leading up to that because I found it quite interesting. There's a whole Washington Post article about Obama had people like Judd Apatow. Do you know Judd Apatow, who's the film director? Yeah, he's done like loads of comedy movies. He had John Lovett. These are helping him write his gags for this speech back then in 2011. And it was what the Washington Post said. It was just at the beginning of where Trump was started this birtherism thing, calling out Obama for where he was born and saying he was born in Kenya or whatever it was. Obviously, he wasn't.
So stupid.
So that's why they went really hard on it. I think Judd Apatow said, yeah, this was the beginning of the birtherism phase, Apatow said, and I explained how much I disliked the man, and I think you should go hard on him, he said, talking to Obama. He said how it would be funny for the president to describe in insane detail an entire episode of The Apprentice and then make a flippant remark about how qualified Donald Trump was. But Lovett said he wasn't sure Obama would go for it, blah, blah, blah. But it was Seth Meyers that really went. But Obama did make a few jokes about Trump, and he said something. I wrote one down. Where was it? No, there. Oh, yeah. Obama said Donald Trump often appears on Fox, which is quite ironic because a fox often appears on Trump's head. And now referencing to his at that time in ginger syrup. Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Sorry, international viewers. In the UK, a syrup is a wig or a toupee.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Cockney rhyming slam: syrup and fig, syrup with figs, syrup with figs.
Didn't know that.
That's where it comes from. Yeah. That's the Cockney rhyming slam for wig. Yeah, I keep forgetting we should explain very British stuff for our we've got a lot of American listeners now. So yeah. Hey, hi all Americans. Yeah, so this time so that time in 2011, he basically, when it was finished, it says he rose from the table, took Melania by the arm and made a beeline for the exit. He didn't say goodnight. He shot out of the room. He said it wasn't just Obama ripped him, Seth Meyers lacerated him. It was humiliating. So this weekend, he returned to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And as you just said, no comedians. So thin.
And you know, I know that.
Go on.
Lego told me.
Oh, what? Yeah, one of the videos. Yeah. That came out so fast.
They were
after
quick on that.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
really quick. Yeah. So, I mean, everyone will know that yesterday morning I was up quite early and the news had broken that there had been an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Another one. Like,
no, there hadn't.
Inverted
there
commas.
It all me ass.
So it's very strange. A man called Cole Allen, apparently he'd been staying in the hotel as a guest. He'd booked it like several months previous, knowing that it was the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But also at that point when he booked it, Trump wasn't appearing. There was no indication that Trump was going to appear. He hadn't appeared since 2011. So they thought, why would he book it for that weekend? But anyway, he did. Yeah, strangely as well, Trump had his entire team with him. J.D. Vance, Hegseth, Rubio, Johnson, Caroline Leavitt, Kash Patel. I think they were all there, weren't they? And Melania. So literally, if like anything had actually gone down, there would have been no designated survivor. No one in the top team left, basically, to run America. They were all there, which is also a little bit suspicious for me. But yeah, so the first thing I think anyone realized was the Secret Service there was a couple of bangs, but nobody even noticed. But then suddenly people started dropping to the floor, I think. And the Secret Service rushed on stage and grabbed J.D. Vance. Like a full minute before they even thought about Trump, they pulled Vance off and took him off, which is very odd.
Leaving Trump sat there.
Yeah, exactly. And so one of them stood behind Trump, and then after Vance was secure, they came back on and went back to Trump, which is just bizarre.
He fell over, didn't he?
He did fall over, yeah. So they grabbed him, and he said on his 60 Minutes interview last night that he went to the ground because he was trying to protect Melania, which is absolute bullshit. I know, exactly. he got absolutely skewered on that interview last night. But yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute.
Oh, I saw that. Woof. I thought maybe you want to put a clip in because there was a bit of it where it was like, yeah.
Is it the bit about the rapist bit? When she said, yeah, I'll put a clip in a minute. But yeah, she basically said that
was a slam dunk, that, wasn't it?
He said, I'm not a rapist. And she went, oh, you think they were referring to you, do you? He's like, his brain went all wonky.
Funny how it's the only thing you've never actually sued anyone for calling you.
Yeah,
but anyway.
That as well. I know. So, yeah, after about 20 minutes of this thing happening, there was video online posted by the White House of this guy rushing through the Secret Service barrier, like he's just sprinted past them. And they were like, huh? So it's really weird, sort of, how they managed to get, what do you call that? Camera footage from the hotel. I can't think of the name. Oh, my head is screwed. Anyway,
CCTV.
Yeah, CCTV. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Bless you.
Wow, that's not hard, is it? But anyway, so they had CCTV of this guy running through the hallway within about 20 minutes, half an hour, which is really strange. And then within less than an hour, there was a press conference given by Trump. And you're like, there's a picture which I'll put up now. And you can see there's Trump, Hegseth, Marco Rubio, Caroline Leavitt. They're all smirking. JD Vance. Yeah. JD Vance laughing his head off. Like Trump. Like, this is supposed to be an assassination attempt. But they're all like in the having a press conference at the White House laughing about it. So there's an awful lot of things.
And then the irony was that
stack up. Yeah. Go on.
Sorry, I'm pissing on your chips.
No. Carry on.
Well, now that you've probably got it as a bit. But it's just that the entire United message afterwards was, well, if we had Trump's ballroom, this wouldn't have happened. If you hadn't knocked down the already perfectly adequate ballroom, this wouldn't have happened. Or it probably would have done, wouldn't it? You lying bastards. Shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking... I mean, what they really think we're stupid.
I know. So Trump's ballroom, in case anyone isn't aware, that he's been ordered to stop building it because he didn't get it past... It was supposed to go to a vote of Congress, but as Trump does, he just ignores Congress. So he just started building this $400 million dollar ballroom, and he's been ordered to stop by some judges in in Washington DC. Sorry. And as you say, the MAGA accounts within a couple of hours went mental, and they'd obviously received a WhatsApp. I think Ashley Sinclair, who used to be a MAGA, put a video out saying there's a WhatsApp group that all these people get sent what they're supposed to say. Go on.
Oh, yeah. Musk's ex, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. But anyway, she'd said that, this is standard practice, but it was quite mad. So, like, I'm looking at the media's touch. I might put the picture up as well. The White House ballroom is looking better and better. Would be real nice if the White House had its own ballroom. Build the White House ballroom. We'd never again hear a peep from anyone complaining about a White House ballroom. Thank God President Trump is building a ballroom at the White... And I've got one... There's 20 accounts here, all posting the same thing within an hour. But there was more as well. So
it's a setup just to try and get his ballroom pushed through.
Well, that's what it seems
fucking
like.
Infantile.
And the new Attorney General, who I've completely blanked on, Todd someone, has came out today...
Blanche.
That's the guy. That's the one. Blanche has come out today.
See, if I make a really funny face, I can remember words.
And said he's going to force it through. So it's such an obvious... Oh. Now,
I suspect Blanche can't fight a grape in a fruit fight. So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a very... I mean, lots of people... I was listening to LBC yesterday morning, and Matthew Wright, and he had people phoning up, and he did a little mini poll, and he said about 98% of people in touch with LBC yesterday morning thought it was a setup. I mean, that is, on a right-leaning radio station.
They're barely even trying now.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? And
I
even if it wasn't... Go on.
No, I was just going to, very quickly as an aside, I listened to a brief interview that a journalist got with the grandparents of the guy who's up for shooting Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave a very different story to that the White House has been spreading.
Oh,
And
really?
they were like, basically, he was like, we saw him on TV and he was wanted, and we were like, you're gonna have to hand yourself in.
Mm.
But that's all it was. It wasn't like he went out and we knew where he was and he did X, Y, and Z. It was it was his granddad being interviewed, and it's just on a sort of audio recording. I think it was Kim Iverson. I watched it. It was Kim Iverson. I watched it on.
Right.
And Liz Twigg is the journalist. God, get me today.
Oh, right.
And she accidentally sort of met them, and somebody else recorded it and gave her the recording. And they were basically saying that it's like his granddad's a weapons expert whose dad was a copper. And this, this guy's in his 70s or 80s now. And he's like,
Yeah.
I know my guns. I know my ammunition. That gun didn't make that wound in that man.
It's strange, isn't it?
It's
I've
all
seen...
insane. I
Yeah,
mean, what
there's so
what
many.
he's purported to have done is like disassembled his gun, ran away with it, got to some woods, reassembled the gun, left it there, went. None of it makes any sense. And the way he was supposed to have written to his boy/girlfriend, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
What the relationship was, but just nonsense.
Yeah.
They're not even trying to make it believable.
No, I was reading something about that recently as well. Not that same source, but there was someone else talking about the angle of shot on Charlie Kirk couldn't have done what that guy was supposed to
Well,
have
it'd be
done.
at that angle, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it came
No, that
upwards
angle.
pretty much. Yeah, so yeah, and the Butler thing as well. The fake one in Butler. That's weirdly the woman who was front and center of the Butler assassination. You can see her. She's got a really rude nickname, but I'm not going to say it because it's just mean. It's about how she looks, and no, it's just about her being a bit overweight. But anyway, she was at the front of the Butler assassination attempt. She was also front and center on Saturday night at the Hilton in Washington DC. She was right there.
Wow.
She was the one when the guy ran past. Suddenly you can see a bit of camera angle and she turns around. She's right there. It's the same woman. So it's like, I mean, I think if you fumbled one assassination attempt being a Secret Service person, you'd probably get reassigned at the least. But there she is, fumbled her second assassination attempt. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's mad, isn't it? It's like, I wrote on Sunday, are we supposed to believe this? I said, Trump bottled the Iran negotiation, failed in his war, tried to restart the Falklands War to annoy Keir Starmer, threatened to remove Spain from NATO, and has a drunk in charge of the FBI, and that was all in the last 3 days. And now and the Epstein files are making a resurgence, and then suddenly this happens. It's like, yeah,
what do you know?
Yeah, strange, isn't it? We got a very funny clip. Should we put that clip in about the false flag one that I sent you earlier?
Yeah.
Should we put it in now or at the end?
Didn't make me laugh. I don't mind.
I'll put it in towards the end because it's a bit long, so maybe it's a bit, yeah. But it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's the same guy that did the blockade one. The synth blockade with Trump playing.
Blockage.
Blockage.
Instead of visage.
That's it, blockage. It's the same guy. It's the same guy that made it. So yeah, we'll put that in towards the end. It's very, very funny. So that was what happened on the weekend. I've got 2 other bits of Trump news briefly before we move on. Firstly, Elizabeth Warren is asking for what they call the Standards Committee in the US to investigate Trump's golden mobile phone scam, because it's in June 2025, Trump organization announced plans for a gold mobile phone that would be proudly designed and built in the United States and available by August 2025, a month later. After a month, the website dropped its claim of having the phone built entirely in America, because it's not. And that was, so when was that? How long ago was that? 2025? Almost just coming up for a year. So 600,000 people paid a deposit of $100 on this phone, and not a single one has been made or delivered. So Elizabeth Warren's going to refer Trump and the Trump Media Corporation, Trump Mobile Corporation, to the Standards Committee in America, because that's just another blatant scam. And then on Friday, he fired the entire National Science Board. I think 29 people he fired. And they're an advisory board that supposed to advise the government on things to sort of put money in towards for science technology development. So in the past, they've been fundamental in helping to develop technology used in MRIs, cell phones, and it even helped Duolingo get off the ground. So he fired all of them. 29 people gone because they don't believe in science, apparently. I mean, that's obvious with RFK as their health secretary. So that's the week in Trump in America as I found it. So it's a bit mad. So yeah.
Did you say you got 2 more bits, or was that?
No, that was it. It was the mobile phone and the science board, but that was it.
Have you heard about Liz Comey?
Mm-mm. I don't think so. What's happening?
She's on the Epstein panel. A North Dakota state legislator and a Dem was killed yesterday, I think, in a airplane crash. Her and the pilot, shortly after takeoff, went down in Minneapolis.
Oh, no, I hadn't heard that.
She's a vet. I knew she was. She's a long-lived politician, like on the not the bad side.
Yeah. But, is she to do with James Comey by any chance? In any way related?
I think it's spelt differently. She's spelled Conmy, whereas he's Comey, isn't he?
Yeah, with an E. Yeah.
And I think it would the article would address him if they were related. But
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So there's like a long list of. There's a long list of nuclear scientists, a growing list of scientists in America as well, who have mysteriously disappeared since.
And they're all to do with jet propulsion, alien NASA. Spacecrafts, and something else. That's annoying. But they're all very
specific,
top secret people.
Yeah, astrophysics.
So there's a tiny group of them, and they are dying in very, very, very highly suspicious numbers.
Yeah, it's very weird, isn't it?
No, I mean, it's not. It's a conspiracy.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you just can't. There's nothing that comes out of the United States at the moment that you just go, oh yeah, I don't believe that, because anything is possible right now. Because
it's a madness.
Trump has rewritten absolutely everything, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like this thing on Saturday. I mean, if that had happened as a one-off, like 5 years ago, you go, oh shit, someone tried to attack the president. But now everybody's like, no.
Third time in 12 months, piss off.
It just didn't happen. It's not credible. So,
snipers are not ethical. We know this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ethical people don't snipe.
I saw a hilarious clip. Did you watch Mandalorian? Have you ever watched The Mandalorian?
No.
Oh, there's a very funny thing that runs through the Mandalorian series where they address the fact that stormtroopers in Star Wars have got a terrible aim, and when they're shooting, they always miss. So there's a bit where, and it turns out actually it's like 2 stormtroopers. They've got Grogu, the little baby Yoda, and they're just holding him hostage for a bit. And they're shooting at cans on the floor, and they miss every single one. Turns out one of the guys actually is Jason Sudeikis, who's Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
He's in one of the costumes. It's one of, and it's a comedy thing. But there's a clip of that going Trump's assassination attempt on the weekend. It's like these guys just missing this can from 2 meters. It's like, I don't know. Apparently, that was the other weird thing. What was his name again? I've forgotten it. Cole Allen shot one of the Secret Service agents at point blank range with a long gun, which was super powerful.
A rifle?
Yeah. And they didn't die.
Okay. I'm going to guess that's an air rifle. Not
it's that. Yeah, exactly.
Or a spud gun. A massive spud gun. Who knows?
Nothing rings true.
You got hit with a 12 bore at point blank range and you're okay.
Trump said the vest did its. Yeah, he said the vest did its job. It's like, bulletproof. Bulletproof vests are good, but they're not stopping a rifle at point blank range. There's no way. So yeah,
so stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a massive one for conspiracy theories in general, but you can't not look at this and go, "That fine, take it at face value." It's bullshit. None of it adds up. None of it. So,
and they're blaming a left-wing cult. I've never seen projection quite like it.
Of course they are. Yeah. Madness.
Yes.
And the King's there, isn't he? Now.
Well,
in
I've got it on mute in the background. I don't think he's quite touched down yet. There's still hope.
No, he's on his way. There was a lot of talk about cancelling it because of what happened, but
I'd love to be a fly on the wall there. Falkland Islands. Let's discuss that.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to hijack it. He's going to say, he's going to hijack the King and go, right, Malay wants the Falkland Islands. We want you to get rid of Keir Starmer because he's a dickhead. What else? I don't know what else they're going to... Oh, and you need to join the war in Iran. He's going to hijack everything, but...
Unfortunately, I only own the seabed.
You need to... I need to Photoshop your fingers when you do that. They're way too small.
Did I do that? I didn't even realise I was doing it.
Oh, yeah, no, you did full hand actions.
I was trying to I'm not one for impersonations normally, but, you know.
Full impression, go to YouTube or Spotify to watch the video. But yeah. So yeah, we'll see probably in the next episode what's happened with the King and Trump. So let's move on.
So I'll tell you what, shall I do my little... I've got two sort of good news stories today. Shall I finish off with the first one, then we can go into our after record? After record? What's one of them?
What's that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. No idea what that is.
Part 2, I think
sure.
is what I was searching for.
Yeah,
So,
our second episode.
I don't remember coming across Ken Cheng before, but I know you've heard of him.
I have, yeah.
Apparently he's a
Funny
comedian,
guy.
and he's
is.
a genius.
Very funny man.
He put a post on LinkedIn that somebody put on X and said, I'm deleting everybody I follow on LinkedIn except for this guy.
Yes.
And his post reads thus: AI will never be able to write like me. Why? Because I am now inserting random sentences into every post to throw off their language learning models. Any AI emulating me will radiate a freak yellow horse spout nonsense. I write all my emails, that's not my baby, and reports like this to protect my data waffle iron 40% off. I suggest all writers and artists do the same strawberry mango forklift.
So
the
funny.
robot nerds will never get the better of Ken. Hey, can I have a whipped cream, please, Cheng? We can tuna fish tango foxtrot defeat AI. We just have to talk like this all the time. Piss on carpet.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, that's
genius.
He's defeated AI in its tracks.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, God, I'd be, can you imagine? It'd be even more confusing than now.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to put a link into Ken's Insta as well, because I've followed him for a while on Instagram. He's a funny man and he's worth a look. So yeah,
absolutely.
But that's I know, such a good, a clever bit of comedy posting, that one. So
I might try it. I'm not getting anywhere else on X, am I? Incidentally, can I just congratulate you for reaching 20,000 followers on X? Congratulations,
yeah.
Great achievement.
Yeah, thanks. It's quite hard, isn't it? It's like, especially if you're not far right. I know you struggle.
Well, your account's been frozen.
Yeah, I know you've really.
Me and my big mouth, eh? They're getting me in trouble again.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's quite I mean, I'm quite pleased with myself to get that far on it, and I'm getting some. At least I've got some traction. So we together have got an outlet, so we can push stuff out, and things are getting seen. Yeah. So we can, use that. Sorry, what's going on in there? The Chancellor apparently is going to do a rent freeze to deal with the cost of living from the fallout of the Iran war.
They've just put them up.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Do you know when the year end is, woman?
Yeah, I know. A bit late. 3 weeks late, or 2.5 weeks late. Yeah. Strange.
How about you do a profiteering freeze, as mentioned earlier, and in most
as
of the
mentioned
pods, I think.
at the beginning. Yeah, I know, definitely. No, let's wrap this episode up with Ken Cheng's very amusing AI battle, and we're gonna take a break. We're gonna have a little, and then we're gonna come back and record another episode. So join us then, please.
More homegrown politics in EP 72.
72, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So cool.
Please like, share, subscribe, and we will see you in a little bit.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
All right, stop. Forget the polls and listen. Donnie's back with an ancient invention. Do this. If you need public support, just fake your own hit and treat it as a sport.
Was it ever real, yo?
Hell no, but people like to root for the underdog, so if you need a problem, yo, just fake it. Create a spectacle and let the lefties take it. Now that the psyop is pumping, everyone's hype and reporters are jumping. Use that. Diversion as fuel. Put a band-aid on it.
Everything's cool.
If they start asking about your year,
Just feel it like me for the past 30 years.
the good assassination will never fail, so you can run the master plans of the Israelis. And when you mess up a big dirty war, just say, look, we won like you did before. If you need a problem, yo, just fake it. Just make it look real and let the lefties take it.
Snickers for Lynch Hander!